Okay, just let me set up it first. Is it visible now? Okay, thank you for the confirmation. So in this section, we will be seeing how to create arrays in NumPy, and we will see some operations in NumPy, indexing and selection, and some operations on arrays also. So first step for doing the NumPy library is we have to import the NumPy library as NP. I will be running the cells along with you. If you want to try, you can go ahead, open your collab, and if any doubt comes, you can just post it in the chat box. So the first step will be to import the NumPy library, and in section 1 we are going to create arrays in NumPy. So there are 4 methods. The first one is from an existing list. So in this cell what we are doing is my list. We are creating a list of elements. So if we run this, it is going to give C. The type is saying it is a list kind of an object. In this cell, we are transforming the list to a 1D array. And if we display this array, see, now it is showing the type of the array, type of the list as an array. Okay. We can also do it using a nested list. And on running this, and in this we with the help of array np.array and passing the list inside the bracket, this is the way to transform the list into a 2D array. Because it is a nested list, it will be converted into a 2D array. And the shape of the array can also be seen with using the dot shape method, which is saying it is 3x3 array. So just can you confirm if any one of you are doing it parallelly in the collab? Okay, so method 2 is using the built-in functions. So the first is the arrange function. So the syntax is np.arrange. Please note it's not arrange, A-double-R-A-N-G, it's a range. So the syntax is np.arrange, start, end, and the step size. So the default step size will be 0. So the after running the cell np.arrange 0 to 30, it is going to define a range starting from 0 and till 30. Please note that 30 will be excluded. You can see in the output also 30 is not in the output. And if we want to do this one, so it is showing starting from 0 till 120 and the step size of 4. So the output is coming like 0, 4, 8, and 120 is not included. The second method is also like zeros function. So here we can define an array of 0 in floating point. So the syntax is np.zeros. So if we pass 5 here as an element, so it is going to define an array of 5 elements in floating point. We can also have in rows and columns like a 2D matrix. So it will be showing like 4, 10. So there are 4 rows and 10 columns here. So we can also perform some arithmetic operations on zeros functions, like we need to add 4 to each and every element present in the array. The third function is ones. So here we can define the array of ones. It is similar to like 0 in the floating point, and the syntax will be np.ones, and passing 5 here in the bracket will give us the 5 elements, that is 1 only. And in this cell, we can also define it as a 2D array. and perform some arithmetic operations on one's functions also, like multiplying it or dividing it by 100 or with any number. So in method 3, we have linearly spaced array. So the syntax will be lin space inside the bracket inclusive start, inclusive end, and evenly spaced number. So if we run this cell, you can see it is starting from 0, ending till 100, which is inclusive and evenly spaced. So 5 numbers will be picked up between the range, and it will be evenly spaced. And the fourth method is how identifying the matrix, that is np.I. It is an identity matrix. I hope this is clear. Another method is also like generating random numbers with the help of the inbuilt function like rand, randn, randint, and seed. Kindly share again. Uh, this notebook will be available after the tutorial. So right now it is not shared on the Canvas. After some time it will be shared. So right now you can do it parallelly on the Colab, or you can just go through the tutorial one. Okay, then proceeding further, we can generate random numbers also. So in np.random.rand, any two numbers between 0 to 1 will be picked up. You can see all the outputs in the Colab also here. And then np.random.rand 3 is to 5, we can generate a matrix of random numbers between 0 and 5. And using the rand n, it gives us the normal standard distribution. That means the mean is 0 and the standard deviation here is 1. So the random number that is generated by this method can also be positive and negative. And this cell will give 5 random numbers between 0 to 1. And also we can get an array of random numbers between 1 to 100. So it will be best if you try to do it on Collab parallelly, so that you can post your doubts in the chat and we will try to resolve it. Now to generate any 10 random numbers between 1 to 100. So this is the syntax in which we are going to mention the number of elements that we need between the range. And with the help of the seed, we are going to set the value to generate the same random numbers every time. So whenever you are going to try this cell, try to place the same number values here as mentioned in the notebook, so that you can get the same number of elements and the element same in the form of array. So for the section, just give me a quick confirmation if I can proceed to section 2. So in section 2, we are going to see the operations in NumPy. First is reshaping the array. So the reshaping is like, first of all, we are going to define a array of random integers between 1 to 100, and we are taking a number of elements at 30. So this is our array. and we are going to reshape it as 5 rows and 6 columns. Uh, One thing to note here is that there are 30 elements. If we are going to pass the another number like 5 by 5, so it is going to give us the value error, which says that it cannot reshape the array of size 30 into shape 5 by 5 because the number of elements that it can accommodate is 25. So this error will be coming. So kindly note the number of arrays and the type of the format you are passing it here. And another thing is also the operation we can perform is the maximum value and the minimum value. So as an integer, we want the answer. So dot max method is going to give us the maximum value which is in the array. If we see in this array, 95 is the maximum value, and the minimum value dot min, with using the dot min function we can get the minimum value which is 7 here. With the help of the argmax function, we are going to get the index of the maximum value. So here 95 was at index 0. So we are getting here the index of the maximum value. And similarly for getting the index of the minimum value, here it is at 14. So if you count from here starting from 0, you will get that the 7 number is at 14 index. So these are the small operations that we can perform on array. You can go through the documentation also, the official documentation, which will be shared with you on the Canvas. In section 3, we are going to see the indexing and selection. So on 1D array, indexing is like to get a single value from the array, and the selection is like to get the chunks of element from the array. So in this, we are going to perform the slicing operation on the array. So let us first define an arrange. Okay, so this is an again, this is going to give us an element array of 20 elements, and here we are going to slice the array starting from 0, so starting from 1 to 5, in which the fifth element is not included. And in this cell, we are starting from the fifth element, and this says it will take to the end of the array. So you can see in the output that it is starting from 5 and it is ending up to the end of the array, that is 19. So this way we can slice the array and we can perform operations on that. The first operation that is called broadcasting, that is applying operations on the entire array. So the slice of the this was the array that we have defined in this cell. We can collectively perform the operation like plus 100, or like we can subtract from it, we can divide, multiply. So these are the basic operations that we can perform collectively on the arrays. And now here is the slicing of the array. We have to slice the array starting from 0 till the 8th element, in which the 8th element is not included. And in this cell, we are going to replace the value of the sliced array permanently as 40. So this operation will make the changes permanently in the array. So make sure whenever you're trying this, your array will be changed. You can see all the first 8 elements are now changed to 40. Similarly, indexing and selection on 2D array can also be done. Here we are defining our 2D array. And now to extract the elements of row index at 2. So that will be 0, 1, and 2, this one. So this is a row that we are going to get after passing the index value here. And we can also get an element at the specific index, that is like one row and the second column, starting from 0. So it is going to give us 15. You can see it from the array. This is defining as like it will be 0, 1, 2, and in the column also it is like 0, 1, and 2. Uh, while doing the slicing of the 2D array, we are slicing the rows 0, 1, 2 and the columns 1 till the end. See, we can also get the subset of the array by passing this as a slicing operation in the 2D array. The third is conditional selection using Boolean operators. Here again defining an array of 10 elements, and we are passing it like a condition that we want the elements which are greater than 5. So it is only going to give us the elements which are greater than 5. So similarly, we can perform different relational operations like greater than, equal to, less than, or an even comparative operator here. So that's all for the section 3. Now going for the section 4, we have some operations on the array. Here we are defining the array. And the shape of the array here is like 4 rows and 3 columns. We can even get the sum of all the elements by passing it as dot sum method. And we can also see the mean and standard deviation. Everything will be also be given. It's a pre-built function. You can just go and explore, go through the documentation. So if you have any doubts regarding NumPy, you can please post it on the chat. I was talking about speech to text kind of library. We will be getting to it later in the tutorials. Right now, our focus is on pre-processing. It will be covered in later in the tutorials, maybe on the 5th or the 6th tutorial. It will be done. Okay, so another library that we will be discussing is Pandas. It stands for Panel Data Library. So it is one of the most popular data analysis library, which is built on Python. And in Pandas, we are going to see the series and data frames, missing data, group by operations, and then data input and output. So our first step will be importing the library. We also have to import NumPy for easy operations as arrays, and then we will converting it into the pandas like series and data frames. So we import pandas as PD, and then in section 1 we will work with series. Series is a basic building block of pandas, and it holds an array of information organized by an index. So we can also have name index here. So the way to create a series that we are passing labels as list here, A, B, C, D, E, and then a data as my list here, and then we convert it into an array. And then after seeing, so to the way to convert the arrays as series, we do the pandas dot series, and data will be given from the my list here. And series is going to assign the default index here. You can see 0 is already coming up here. And And if we provide the data here as 25 VN 8.5 and we give the index which was default in the above cell, the age, name, and CGPA, we can see a second. Yes. We can see the series and the data here given as a my list and the index is given as a label. And in this, if we give our own data and index, we can see that the series is created in pandas using this. Moreover, we can perform another operations also that if we are defining two series, like series 1 is defined here and series 2 is defined in this cell. So the operations that we can perform on the series is that we are going to concatenate the series based on the comdex value. Um, you can see this as an example. These both the series are being combined based on the common values, index values we have, and arranged alphabetically. In section 2, we are going to cover the data frames. So data frame is a multi-series that shares the same index. It is a tabular data storage format. It has multiple columns and each column is a series object. So the way to create a data frame is that we are taking the random matrix of 5 rows and 4 columns here. And this is the random matrix being generated. And then to create a data frame in pandas, we pass the random matrix inside the data frame method. And this you can see that the data frame is being created here. We can also pass our random matrix and the index as well as the column values along with it, and the data frame will look something like this now. And another thing is that instead of typing the entire index, we can give it as a string and perform the split operation. So this is a basic operation in Python. Those who are aware of Python, they must be familiar with this split option. So this is an easy way of creating the same data frame that we have tried above. And from the data frame, if you want to select a column, we have to pass the column name. Kindly repeat series. Okay, after this section, I'll be repeating the series again. Just let me finish this data frame. Then to select a column, we have to pass the column name here. And then we can select one column, or if we want to select more than one column, we can pass it as a list in this data frame option. We can also create and drop a column here. So creating a new column, we can define it as a new, and then the values from the new, for the new column will be taken from the sum of X and Y column. So you can see the sum will come like for the X and the Y column, the sum is given in the column here. Similarly, we can also drop a column. For dropping the column, dot drop method is used, and for the in place equals to true. So this is going to permanently affect the data frame. If we are not using this, if we are not using in place equals to true, the answer, the changes will not be permanently stored in the data frame. So make sure whenever you are trying to get the permanent effect in the data frame, you mark in place equals to true. And if we want to drop a row, we simply have to give the name of the column or the row and then place the in place equals to true. So this is again going to make the changes permanently in the data frame. This is a way to extract information from the data frame. So if we want to extract the elements of the single row, we have to pass it at dot loc and the row name here. And if we want to get the elements from the multiple rows, we have to pass it as a list like A, B, and whatever row you want to get the values from. We can also extract elements at the index position 1 of the single row. So we have to pass here the index position, like passing it like 1. 0, if we say our data frame, it starts from 0 here, and if when we have passed 1, so it is going to give us the row at placed at index 1, that is B row. And if you want to extract elements at the index position of multiple rows, 1 and 2 here means that we are selecting the rows at index position 1 and the index position 2. So it will be giving B and D. And to extract the particular elements of a specified rows and columns, we are going to give the rows here and the columns that we want to get the elements from. We are going to pass, and we are going to get the subset of the data frame. We can also perform some conditional selections on the data frame, like it will give us a Boolean data frame. If the data frame is greater than 0, so it is going to give us the data frame of true and false here. And if we want the exact values, we need to pass this condition inside the data frame. And if we want to test a particular column which is greater than 0, we can pass the conditions based on the column also, and we can extract the entire row or column based on the conditions with the help of this function. We can have more than one conditions also, like condition 1 is working on column W, and another condition is working on Y. So we can have condition here, condition 1 and condition 2. So this is giving a value error because the and the or keyword is not supported in pandas. So for that, we have to replace the and or by the symbol %, and type. So this is the way we are going to add more conditions. And then we are performing some journal operations like resetting the index. So with the of a df dot reset index, we are going to reset the index value. And then to set a new column to be the index, we are defining it as a list. And then to get a new column as a subject, we are passing a list to be added here. So you can see in the data frame, since I made that in place value equals to false, this column is showing up here. And we can also get the summary of the data frame, like the column names and type of count and the type of the data type that it can hold. With the help of data df.info and with the help of .describe, we are going to get the count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, and the quartiles of each and every column that we are having here. Uh, Now to handle missing data in pandas, we have three options. We can keep the missing value. If a forecasting model can handle it, we can keep it as not a number. And the second option is that we can drop the missing value. The entire row, which including the timestamps, will be dropped. And then we will fill the missing data with some values, like we can replace the vacant cells as from mean or from median. So there is no correct way to do this. We have to see this based on the data and the cases that we are handling. So here I am defining a data frame, which also have some missing data here. So the first method was to drop all the NA. So with the help of all drop NA, we are dropping the rows which are containing not a number value here. So only first row is remaining here after this operation. With the help of drop NA and access as 1, we will drop all the columns with NaN, and to make this result permanent, we have to place in place equals to 2 every time. We can also drop the rows with at least 4 NaN. And the second method was to fill the missing values with the help of some value. We are passing it here as 500. So wherever the values were missing, it is now replaced with 500. We can also fill the values with the help of some mean or median to match the data type. The error is type error. Okay, so that is it. It is a numerical data. So that is why it is not showing up here. If you have any doubts, you can just post a chat. So in section 4, we are going to see the group by operations. We will perform an analysis based of the value of a specific column by grouping them together. So it involves three steps, that is split, apply, and combine. So we already have a built-in function to do that. It is a group by function. So pandas will automatically make the group by column the index of the new resulting data frame. So here if we define the data as in this cell, we are going to convert it into a data frame which looks like this. And now we want to get a data frame which gives an object of the data frame, so we can see some sort of action using the aggregate functions. By we are grouping by company and we want to see the sales mean. So if we see in the data frame, we have sales from different companies. Like from Apple, we have two. We will get the mean of these two, which are based group on the company name. Similarly, for Apple, FB, Meta, and Sony, we are going to get the mean of all the sales, which is grouped by a company. We can also get the max of sales. Similarly, minimum standard deviation after performing the group by operation. We can also transpose the data frame so that the rows will converted into the columns and the vice versa. In section 5, we are going to see some operations on series and data frame. So here we are defining some data in the data frame. So this is the data frame generated from the data. So if we want to get the unique values in the column B, so we are getting like it is in the column B, we have 100, 200, 300 and again 200. So to get the only the unique values, we can do it using the method unique. And similarly, if we want to get the count of the unique values, we can use the method n unique. So it will give us 3 since we have 3 unique values. And to get the frequency of each unique value in our data frame, we can use the method value count, which is saying that the element 200 is repeated 2 times. So this will give the frequency of each unique values. And we can also have some condition selection with the criteria over multiple columns. So like this is condition 1 and this is condition 2. So we can similarly perform it for and in place and for or also. And it is same like above. The keyword and or is not supported in pandas. So make sure to use this symbol instead of the keyword and or. And then we applying functions to any column also, we can do that. Like this is the function defined here as a lambda function. So we are applying here, this is raised to power 2. Column A is raised to power 2. So that the column twice is giving us the value, which is saying it is raised to power 2 here. And then to remove a column, we can simply use del function. It will delete the row or the column that we are defining it here. And to get the list of all the column names, we can simply use a column method. Similarly, for the info, describe, these are same as that we have discussed in the NumPy. We can also sort any column. So default is ascending. If we select it as false, it will give us a descending order. So this now the elements are placed in the descending order here. So with the help of this, we can sort any column. And in section 3, we will see the basic data input and output. So this we can perform on any CSV file, JSON file, HTML file, or Excel file. So this is a way to read the CSV file. So if you are aware of Colab, we can upload a data file from here. I've already downloaded it for the demo purpose. So now you can see that the file is already uploaded here. And using pd.read CSV, passing the name of the file, we will be able to read the entire CSV file here. Similarly, for HTML file, for Excel file, this is the basic step, read.csv and read.json file. This is for the for the basic data input and output that we will be seeing later on our tutorials. I hope this uh, pandas are clear to you. If there's any doubt, please post it in the chat. So we have already completed two libraries, Pandas and NumPy. So we will look into NLTK, which is the basic library for. Can we see that there's a question in the chat? How can we set? So moving forward with another library, that is NLTK. It is a versatile library designed to simplify NLP with functionalities, including text processing libraries and pre-trained models. So the basic to tokenize the text into words, segment the words into syllables, determine part of the speech, and to calculate word frequencies, we are going to perform it using NLTK. So a specific notebook is not being created for this NLTK because we will be learning this along with the stemming, the lemmatization process. So in natural language processing, the main agenda in this tutorial will be to understand the roadmap of NLP in terms of machine learning. Second, we will see the text pre-processing techniques, that is tokenization, stemming, lemmatization, and other things also, with the practical implementation. And maybe in the next tutorial, we will be seeing text representation and embedding techniques. So for the roadmap to NLP, first step is the text pre-processing. In this, we are performing text cleaning. We are performing text cleaning with the help of tokenization, stopword removal, lemmatization, and stemming, which can be performed in any order. The second thing that we have to cover is text representation. In this, we are going to convert text to vectors so that we can form relationship between two words. And with the help of the methods like bag of words, TF, IDF, and n-grams, we will be doing this step. The third step is word embeddings. In this, we are going to convert vectors to embeddings, and this is performed using word to vec glow. And in the fourth step, we are going to see some machine learnings and deep learning um, technology like RNN, GRU-RNN, LSTM, attention models, and transformers. So the first thing is that why is pre-processing very important? So it improves accuracy. We can get best results in terms of efficiency and accuracy with the clean and well-prepared data. Second is it reduces noise. So it removes all the irrelevant and redundant information. Third is it standardizes data. So it converts text to uniform format. And the fourth is it enhances performance. It reduces complexity so that the model can run fast. So for the tutorial purpose, first we will be seeing tokenization, then stopword removal. Third will be stemming, and fourth will be lemmatization. So this can be performed in any order based on your case study. So in tokenization, if we take an example of spam classification, so here the F1 and F2, that is the email body and the email subject, these are the independent features, and we have output as spam and ham. So the first step in text pre-processing will be tokenization. So in this, we are going to convert sentences into words. So the sentence is price for you, pre-holiday. So after performing the pre-processing, like punctuations removal, lower casing, we will have all the tokens extracted from the sentence. The second step will be stop word removal. So if we have an example like NLTK is a leading platform for building Python programs and so on. So the word like is, to, which are repetitive and of no meaning, will be removed from this stop word removal technique. So if we see that not is an important stop word here, it can change the meaning of the sentence. So NLTK actually includes the not in this stop word list. So the another question that can come into your mind is that can we have our own list of stop words? So yes, we can have our own list of stop words. We can define the list of words and it can be considered as stop words. And another technique is stemming. So in this stemming, we find out the base or the stem of the word. So it is a process of reducing the word to their base word. Example, if we have these four words which says change, changing, changes, and changed. So after stemming, it will give change with the word chang, which actually has no meaning in the dictionary. So the disadvantage of stemming is that the base word may not have any meaning. So to overcome this disadvantage, we perform lemmatization. So we are also going to find the base and the stem of the word, but which has a meaning. So this is the key difference between stemming and lemmatization. It has its dictionary and it can also perform operations. So if we have already seen in stemming that we have change, changing, changes, and changed, which after stemming is giving change. And in lemmatization, it is giving a word that is with a proper spelling, that is change, after performing the lemmatization. So it also has some disadvantages. It is slow because of all the comparisons that it is doing in its dictionary. So if we see in our notebook, are you able to see the notebook? Is my screen visible now? So in the text pre-processing techniques, we are, thank you, Meenal, for the confirmation. So in this techniques, we are going for the removal of special characters and non-alphabet or alphanumeric characters, which add no value to the text. The second we will perform is lower casing. We are going to convert the text into lower case. The third we are going to perform is punctuation removal. We are going to eliminate all the punctuation marks like comma, full stop, exclamation mark. The fourth step will be tokenization, in which we are going to split the text and the sentences into tokens. The fifth will be stop word removal, which we will remove all the words like is and the which add no meaning to the text. And the sixth will be lemmatization or stemming to reduce the words to its base form. So in section 1, a removal of the special characters and non-alphanumeric characters, we are importing RE, that is for regular expression. So this library is used for pattern matching in text. And then we will define a function to remove all the special characters and numbers. So as a function, we will be passing text as the parameter here, and the pattern which says we will match anything that is not a letter or a space. So, and for getting the clean text, we are going to use the we are going to use this sub method in which tells about the pattern and the replacement text that we want and the string that we want to pass for the replacement. So this function will give us a clean text. And for example, we are taking the input text that success isn't final, failure isn't fatal, and it is the courage to continue that count. So after calling this function here, so it is going to give us a clean text in which all the punctuation marks and the special characters will be removed. And in the second section, we are lowercasing it the entire text. It is to ensure the uniformity. So if we pass the text as learning new concepts improves your knowledge, we need to convert into lower text. With we in Python, we already have a built-in function for that dot lower. With the help of that, we are going to convert into lowercase. And in section 3, we are removing all the punctuation marks. So it removes all the punctuation using the Python's built-in string library, which is called translate. So here we are importing this library. And we can see that all the semicolons and punctuation marks are gone from there. And in section 4, we are doing tokenization. So for that, we are importing NLTK library, and from NLTK.tokenize, we are importing word tokenize and send tokenize. Here in this cell, I'm defining a paragraph on which we are going to work. So it's a big paragraph. You can give your own paragraph and go through it. And after that, we are for sentence splitting and for using a pre-trained tokenization model, we are downloading Punkt here and the Punkt tab. To do the sentence tokenization, we are calling NLTK.send tokenize, and we are passing the paragraph here in the parameters. And similarly, for the word tokenization, we are using the method word tokenize and passing the paragraph here. So you can see in the output, these are the sentences. And for the word tokenize, we have tokens of each and every word in the paragraph. In the fifth section, we are doing the stop word removal here. Again, we are importing NLTK, and from NLTK.corpus, we are importing stop word. We have to download the list of stop words that are given in NLTK. And we are loading the list of English stop words from NLTK. We are converting it into a set because it has a faster lookup. So you can try it without using set and then analyze the result. Like it will be going to take some time. So to remove the stop words, we are going to pass it in a iteration. Um, so this function here says that each word in the list will iterate through all the words, and it will convert the word to lowercase, and we will keep the words only if it is not a stop word. So after running this cell, if we see the original, the word we got for India has one of the fastest growing major. So after stop word removal, we have discarded of the. So this is the way that we can discard all the irrelevant words from a paragraph. In the sixth section, we will see stemming. Again, for the stemming, we are going to import NLTK, and from nltk.stem, we are going to import Porter stemmer. We will initialize the Porter stemmer, and for the demo purpose, if we pass a word here to get the root word, as shown in the slides, the changing word, the root word that we will get here is change here with the e missing. So now to apply it on the entire list of words that we have uh, extracted from the paragraph. So we are going to iterate this using the loop, in which we are each word from the list will be iterated. It will be iterated over all the words, and we are going to apply stemming to each word over there. So if we see the output, India has one of the fastest growing major economies, and the stemmed word of this will be the India has, which the S is missing, one of the fastest growing major economies, and here the economy, the stemmed word is also here. So basically, the disadvantage of stemming is that it does not hold the true meaning of the word, and it may not be a dictionary word. So to overcome this, we can perform lemmatization. So similarly, for the lemmatization, we are going to import NLTK, and NLTK.stem, we are importing WordNet lemmatizer. And for the large lexical database of English words, we are going to use WordNet. We are going to initialize the lemmatizer. And then again, for the demo purpose, we will try lemmatization on the word changing. You can see the difference after performing stemming, we got the word change, and after performing the lemmatization, we are getting a word which has a true meaning, that is changing. So similarly, if we apply it on the entire paragraph, we will have the lemmatized word. You can see the word for the economies. In stemming, we have seen it was coming economy. Like this it was coming. So after lemmatization, the word is coming economy, which has a meaning in the dictionary. I hope this is clear. You can just give me a confirmation. Please write it down if you have any doubts in the chat. It is very fast. So in this tutorial, we have seen the libraries for NLP like NumPy, Pandas, NLTK, and we have also seen the roadmap to NLP. And we have seen text pre-processing techniques like tokenization, stopword removal, stemming, lemmatization. So that's all for today's tutorial. There is an assignment. I hope you will all go through this. It was fast, yes, because of the time constraint, we have to complete it before 6. But these notebooks will be available on Canvas. You just go through it. You download any text data set available online, and then you perform the basic data exploration using NumPy, Pandas, NLTK. For your reference, I have already pasted all the links here. So you try to perform this tokenization and stopword removal, everything. And if you have any doubts, you can post it on WhatsApp, or again tomorrow we will have a tutorial. We can go through your doubts again. So that's all for today. Thank you for your attention.
So thank you for your attention and patience. Hope you have learned a lot. If you have any feedback, please write on chat only, sorry. So things can be taken care of if you have any issue from tomorrow onwards. So basic things have been covered today. Please write on chat. There's no assignment. No assignment. The practice you can do. We'll share the things. You have to practice only. No assignment. Yes, source code will share. Yes, PPTs will upload tomorrow only, not today. We'll upload tomorrow, both together. Today's and tomorrow's session, both together will upload because some part is still remaining of today's. So we have uploaded the Excel sheet. We have uploaded the Excel sheet. Please ask your friends to join WhatsApp. Very less people have joined so far. I wish everyone should write the feedback, maybe negative, positive, or neutral, whatever you feel like, so that we can improve upon it. I could see 2 or 3 feedback in the chat. Others, please also write. What did you like? What is not liked by you? Anything? Video नहीं चल रहा क्या? So we are going as per the schedule only. Tomorrow we'll be taking back of us the embedding kind of thing, because machine do not understand text. How do we convert? There are many, which is to be chosen when, and we'll do the lab sessions. The question is, Ankur is asking, can we have access to Colab today? You want the source code? Yes, we'll upload on. I hope you have joined Canvas. I hope everyone has joined Canvas. If not, please join. So we'll upload it right now. Just after this session, we'll upload it. No worries. Yes, Ankit will do it. Yes, you can message me, not personally. We have a WhatsApp group, or no issues in personally, a personal message also, if it's related with your FTP. If something that cannot be shared in WhatsApp group, then you can message me. So if everything is okay, we can conclude the session today. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for your nice comments and feedback. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting tomorrow on time, 2 p.m.